super cabinet member of the economic clusters, our Department of Tourism Secretary, Bernadette Romulo-Puyat. Let's give her a big hand.
First, I would like to greet Ms. Rosemary Ong. Thank you for briefing me about the PRA, our president, Attorney Paul Santos, our PRA chairman, the PRA board of directors, all the members of the PRA, good day. Thank you to the Philippine Retailers Association for inviting me today to your 25th National Retail Conference and Stores Asia Expo 2018. Actually, the one who invited me was Ro Tomeldan, but she's not here right now. I think she's in the hospital, so I hope she gets well soon. I am delighted to be with you and discuss the Department of Tourism's programs and initiatives, particularly in relation to retail. With your continued support, I have no doubt that there can be more fun in the Philippines, but of course, the right kind. Just to give you an overview of today's discussion, I will be presenting a brief situationer on the status of the tourism industry, followed by the DOT's mandate and tourism products, retail as component of tourism, related DOT initiatives and activities, and finally, of course, the conclusion. Being a former teaching fellow and lecturer of the University of the Philippines School of Economics, I would like to get the fun started by, of course, giving you some numbers. As of 2017, the Philippine Statistics Authority reported that the tourism sector contributed to 12.2% to the GDP. This was 24.2% higher compared to tourism's contribution in the previous year. For the same period, employment in tourism was estimated at 5.3 million, or 13.06% of total employment. As national figures on employment decreased in 2017, the tourism sector managed to post a modest increase. Our cumulated annual growth of total inbound arrivals to the Philippines from 2013 to 2017 was 9.05%. Our goal this year will be an 11.3% increase from 2017. Tourist arrivals for June of 2018 reached 528,747, with a growth rate of 11.35% compared to June of 2017's figure. I must tell you that I was quite surprised with the increase, being that our number one tourist destination was closed last April 26. So I was very elated to see that in spite of the closure of Boracay, we still had an 11.35% increase. For the first half of 2018, we have recorded a total of 3.7 million visitors, or a growth rate of 10.4% compared to the same period. As of June 2018, Korea remains to be our top tourist market with a total of 815,683 arrivals. This was followed by China, USA, Japan, Australia, and Canada. We shall continue enhancing tourist arrivals from our source markets, the Northeast Asia, which is composed of Korea, China, and Japan, as this region accounts for about 50% of our total inbound visitor arrivals. We will also continue looking at core markets like the US, Australia, Taiwan, Canada, Singapore, UK, and Malaysia. We will also focus on Southeast Asia, given that the short travel time and affordable rates brought about by our low-cost carriers. This presents opportunities for us to grow our intra-ASEAN numbers from the current 10% to at least 15% of total production. We shall also prioritize opportunity markets, namely India, France, Spain, Russia, Middle East, and the Mediterranean countries. Basically, we want a good mix of source markets and more targeted marketing to ensure that we attain the targets of the National Tourism Development Plan. In order to reach our target, the Department of Tourism shall faithfully fulfill its mandate as stipulated in Republic Act 9593 or the Tourism Act of 2009. This is in line with the Ambition Mapping 2040 or the Philippine Development Plan of 2016 to 2022. Consistent with the DOT's mandate is the formulation of the National Tourism Development Plan, which where we identify our core tourism products. This is to ensure the enhancement of existing products and the introduction of new ones as a way of diversifying the country's product portfolio. The Philippines' core tourism products include nature-based tourism, cultural tourism, sun and beach tourism, health and wellness, and retirement tourism, cruise and nautical tourism, sports tourism, MICE tourism, education tourism, and leisure and entertainment tourism. In addition to this, we will be also intensifying the promotion of farm and culinary tourism in compliance with the Farm Development Act of 2016 as part of our strategy on countryside development. Statistics show that retail is an integral part of tourism. Based on the data gathered by the DOT in 2017, shopping ranked as one of the most common activities done by our tourists who visited the Philippines. This was followed by sightseeing, nature and adventure, etc. In 2017, average daily expenditure of tourists in the Philippines was $125.65, wherein expenses for shopping was roughly at 17%, or an equivalent of $20.9. This was almost equal with the average expenditure for recreation. Incidentally, visitors who come from our core tourism markets were recorded to have the largest average expenditure on shopping. Among our foreign tourists, those who spent the most on shopping included China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, and Malaysia. Other important markets when it comes to retail were Hong Kong, Singapore, overseas Filipinos, Australia, USA, India, Canada, and the UK. Most of the tourists frequented department stores, followed by duty-free shops, souvenir shops, flea markets, hotels, resorts as their preferred shopping place. In addition to this, the DOT was able to gather that at the most common items purchased by tourists are food, apparel, textile, garments, arts and crafts, assorted goods, and paper products. Under my leadership as the Tourism Secretary, the DOT has continued promoting Philippine food destinations through the conduct of our Philippine Harvest Trade with the SSI. This actually started when I was a DA Undersecretary because all we wanted was to promote local, natural, organic, and artisanal food products. It has consistently been successful and has become a venue for showcasing up-and-coming food products. We hope to continue promoting our local destinations through this event and of course other events, given the strong support of our partners in the government and the private sector. I cannot emphasize enough that more and more people are buying local. And in fact, when you go to the departure area of the duty-free Philippines, you will already find our world-class local chocolates. And I've heard that it has been the #1 top seller. I would also like to highlight the growing interconnectedness between the retail and the MICE industry. In our country, for example, a lot of our convention centers are in either within or in close proximity with our retail centers or shopping areas. This serves as an opportunity for our retailers to get closer to the tourist market and diversify their products based on their needs. We would also like to take advantage of the increasing number of cruise passengers and include retail shopping activities in their itineraries. Note that we received a total of 130,000 cruise passengers in 2017, and the numbers are expected to rise as we implement our national cruise tourism strategy. That's why we were quite excited with our event, I think this coming April with Ayala Malls. I think they will be putting up a shopping complex in the Bay Area. As for our past initiatives on retail, the DOT, through the Tourism Promotions Board, the marketing arm of the department, served as the co-presenter for the Visit Davao Summer Festival in 2018. This region-wide activity, as held on April 15 to June 30 of 2018, carried 3 themes: sports and adventure, culture and arts events, and party, fun, and leisure, plus the fun sale in major malls in Davao City. In 2015, the DOT had a partnership with the Philippine Retailers Association, which was conducted in the Philippine Shopping Festival, which was a campaign in line with the DOT's Visit the Philippines 2015 campaign and the PRA's effort to develop the Philippine retail industry, which contributes about 15% to the country's GDP. The festival was scheduled in time for 2 of our international events. We hope to have a similar activity with your group under my leadership. So I'm just praying, and I will be bugging you that we will have the same partnership. In addition to this, the TPB has incorporated shopping as part of the tour itinerary of our DOT TPB familiarization tours, specifically for international media, tour operators, and association, among others. The travel trade shows organized by the DOT also have a retail component through the promotion and sale of souvenir products, travel-related items, and services. Given that retail is an important aspect of tourism, I would like to invite the retail industry to be our partners in promoting our tourism industry. In your own way, your businesses will not only contribute to the promotion of our sector, but also enhance our country's image. You may do this through participation in trade shows, create tourism-related jobs, collaborate with the public sector, especially on the promotion of sustainable tourism. Actually, I'm quite happy when I heard that you were promoting paperless. Use and promotion of local products, expansion of your inventory, and diversifying your products based on tourism market trends, and collaboration with tourism stakeholders in various promotional initiatives. Aside from increasing your sales and attracting more tourists in the country, I would like to call on the retail industry in becoming our partners in creating a culture of sustainable tourism. Taking from my experience as a former agriculture official and policymaker, a sector cannot significantly contribute to the economy if it is not sustainable. This can't be emphasized enough. We believe that the tourism sector can only be sustainable if all stakeholders can assume responsibility for growing the industry. If we do this across the archipelago, there will be pockets of tourism that can serve as catalysts and sustainable sources for economic growth. Let us all be advocates for an ecosystem of responsible tourists and destinations. Tourism is a multifaceted industry, and the only way to enhance it is through a holistic development of the sector. we invite you to support and be part of an industry that not only helps the economic standing of the poorest sector of society, but also encourages every Filipino to be the best tour guides and tourists in our beloved country. Ma'am Rose was asking me about our slogan, if we were going to change it. No, we won't. We will be continuing. It's more fun in the Philippines. Why? Because even if it was coined by former Secretary Mon Jimenez under the previous administration, I think it's a good slogan. And I believe in continuity. And, other countries have Malaysia, Truly Asia, Incredible India, etc. They never change their slogans just because there's a change in administration. We should have continuity. And in fact, I really love It's More Fun in the Philippines, so we should just continue it. Another question that was asked, which the President has said over and over again, it was asked yesterday by some congressmen yesterday to me with regard to our stand with regard to casinos. The President has repeatedly said that the Department of Tourism is not connected to casinos because he is against casinos. So I'm so sorry if there's anybody here. I asked Ma'am Rose, wala. But he has repeatedly said there will be no casinos in Boracay. So to end, I'd like to quote the late Susan Calo Medina, who said, "Huwag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan." Let us all be citizens proud of the beauty of our islands and its natural attractions, our diverse and rich culture, and the fact that we Filipinos are just the most fun people in the world. Thank you and mabuhay kayo lahat.
Thank you very much. We would like to request Secretary Puyat to please remain on stage as we call on the PRA Board of Directors to please come up on stage to present our plaque of appreciation to Secretary Bernadette Romulo-Puyat. Let's have on stage PRA President Ms. Rose Ong, PRA Chairman Attorney Paul Santos, PRA Chairman Emeritus Mr. Sandy Lim, and PRA Vice Chairman Mars Chua. Secretary Puyat and all our speakers will be receiving gift tokens from the Primer Group of Companies and the PRA Coffee Table book, Legends, Lives, and Legacies.